Donovan Edwards on TV, an awful lot of recent graduate, doing such a great job for the University of Michigan. But our West Bloomfield Lakers this year also had a remarkable year, and they've got their big banquet coming up this weekend. It's going to be at the Meridian in Farmington Hills. It happens Sunday from 4 to 8 o'clock. And Tyler and I are going to be out there. We'll be broadcasting live and also capturing the entire event. So, really looking forward to it. The 2022 West Bloomfield High School Laker football banquet, and we're going to have all of it for you right here on Civic Center TV as we honor our West Bloomfield Lakers. I believe you could still attend. More information available from the Boosters Clubs at West Bloomfield High School. The other big news in West Bloomfield High School sports is the basketball season is kicking off, and there's a really exciting basketball tournament going on this weekend. Going to be a lot of fun, and it's going on real close to home. It's happening in Farmington Hills, and you can see it's going to be happening at North Farmington High School, and it happens on the 9th and the 10th. West Bloomfield playing on the 10th, and the Lakers are going to be playing at 1 o'clock against Detroit Western. But as you can see, some of the biggest names in high school basketball and a lot of our other local communities are all going to be taking part in this big tip-off classic, a two-day event, December 9th and December 10th. And we hope you get a chance to get out, see it, and enjoy as we kick off the West Bloomfield High School Laker basketball season. So I have an awful lot of fun working here at Civic Center TV, being on these programs, taking you wherever I happen to be. But part of the reason we're broadcasting here live is like so many businesses, we are a little bit short-staffed right now, and you might be the solution for that. Civic Center TV and my company that operates Civic Center TV, Michigan Digital, is on the prowl for some really good talent, and maybe that's you. We have openings, as you can see, for a television anchor and a reporter to work at Civic Center TV and also work on some other projects. We have an opening for a producer, engineer, and then a social media and streaming reporter. So if you know somebody who is graduating a college program, in fact, just got a really good resume from somebody yesterday at Lawrence Tech University. So if you know somebody who's graduating from Michigan, Michigan State, Oakland, OCC, and they want to be a broadcaster and they're looking for that first job, this is a great opportunity. We would love to meet them, interview them, and maybe that's you. You know, if you're a community member and you really think you can do this, even if you don't have a lot of experience, but you got a lot of enthusiasm, get a hold of us. It's really easy to contact us. All you need to do is send an email to jobs@michigandigital.com. I'm going to say that one more time. Again, for our job openings at Civic Center TV, it's jobs@michigandigital.com. And who knows, you may be hosting the Splash live here in a couple of weeks on Civic Center Television. So our friends at West Bloomfield Parks and Recreation are always busy with all kinds of wonderful ideas. And if you go to their Facebook page right now, you're going to find a lot of information about the opportunity to be environmentally friendly and also get that Christmas tree set up. Each month, Parks and Rec shares a unique idea for you. And this month, they think and talk about opting for a live Christmas tree. You can get a live Christmas tree that can be replanted. In addition to the environmental benefits, living trees are safer than cut ones. They pose less of a fire hazard, and the heavy container that comes along with the tree is also really useful in your home, and it makes the tree less likely to get knocked over. So, an alternative idea from West Bloomfield Parks and Recreation, something very certainly environmentally friendly, and that is the Parks and Recreation Green Dream for today, and you'll find that on Facebook. Now, if you're a traditionalist, and nothing wrong with that, you might want to stop over and say hello to our friend Dan Treyvan. He's at Orchard Lake Schools, Orchard Lake St. Mary, with his annual Christmas tree sale. Dan, of course, brings a bunch of trees up from Sheboygan each and every year, and he is there and would love to see you. And I understand they've got some pretty big, nice Christmas trees, maybe almost as big as the ones right back here in front of Santa's house, right over here at Somerset Mall. So, however you celebrate the holiday, I hope you have a good time. And if Christmas trees are part of your celebration, a couple of alternatives that you can engage in that might make this holiday safer and better for you at your home. Our friends over at West Bloomfield Parks and Recreation also remind you that they have an amazing dog park, but now is the time to get that dog park permit for your dog. Sales for the 2023 dog park permits are now up and running. The annual fee is $60 for residents, $140 for non-residents, and is not prorated. A maximum of 40 non-residents will be available in West Bloomfield. So they only accept 40 dogs into this program in West Bloomfield. So you want to get in there and apply right away. You can go to wbparks.org/dog park, wbparks.org/dog park for all the information. Speaking of malls, and I know today I'm here in front of Santa's Workshop here at Somerset Mall, where the Mitch Albom Radiothon will be going on. A great fundraiser for our community. Last couple of years, over $1 million has been raised to help the needy here in metropolitan Detroit. But back at Orchard Mall this weekend in West Bloomfield, we got a really exciting thing going on there. And it is the annual, I think this might be the first time, it's the Stuff a Truck program. And you can see the art there. We talked to Deputy Chief Kurt Lawson the other day about this. And as you can see from the art there, that's just off to my left, the Stuff a Truck program is for Toys for Tots. But in addition to helping Toys for Tots, it also helps the Oakland County Animal Shelter. So the event is going to be going on from 12 noon until 6 p.m. in front of Orchard Mall, of course, 6445 Orchard Lake Road. You know where Orchard Mall is. It's going to be going on this Saturday. The police will be out there, and they're not going to be handing out speeding tickets. They're going to be picking up Toys for Tots and also toys and gifts. Don't unplug that right now. Hey, hold on one second. I want to make sure my internet. Don't unplug the internet right now. I am live on the air with it. Okay. So just don't plug in anything. Okay. We're setting a bunch of wires and stuff up here. So I just want to make sure we don't get disconnected. So sorry about that. But be sure to go by Orchard Mall and of course take an opportunity on Saturday to come by. Police will be there. There'll be a big truck there, and you can make donations for toys and you can make donations for pets. All right. Well, I'm going to take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to talk to Sergeant Jeff Gomez of the Orchard Lake Police Department and have a chat with him about some of the new traffic patterns and safety tips for you if you happen to be driving in the Commerce Lake Road and Orchard Lake Road area right by what used to be Abbott Middle School, which is now the Roosevelt School. So we're going to talk to Jeff in a couple of minutes. Thank you very much for joining us. Good morning. I'm Dave Scott at Somerset Mall this morning, and you're watching The Splash Live.
We'll be right back with The Splash Live.
Let's relish these moments, made possible by the COVID-19 vaccine. Keep the festivals going by keeping yourself protected and your COVID-19 vaccines up to date.
My Michigan TV is streaming everywhere on Apple TV, Roku, Fire TV, and more smart TV apps. My Michigan TV is on your phone too. Take us with you wherever you go. Just search for My Michigan TV on your favorite app store or visit mymitv.com. All Michigan, streaming everywhere. My Michigan TV.
Can I ask you a question? Why do you want to get the COVID-19 vaccine?
I don't like getting sick.
The virus will die.
It will be easy to not catch it. keep my family safe and keep playing soccer. Because I love being vaccinated.
What's your hope for everyone?
I hope everybody gets the vaccine to keep safe and strong. Be happy, having fun everywhere. Everyone stay safe and hope you get the vaccine.
And now, back to The Splash, live.
Well, good morning and welcome back to the Splash Live. Normally, I'm hanging out right in West Bloomfield. Today, we went over to Troy, where I had to be anyway. And I'm here at Somerset in front of Santa setup, and really a remarkable setup they have here each and every year at Somerset Mall. And the reason we're here is our good friend Mitch Albom, who you hear on WJR radio, read in the Free Press, and maybe have had an opportunity to read his many books, has a big event here that we help with every year to stream it live. You'll be able to watch it on My Michigan TV if you'd like, and talk a little bit more about that in a couple of minutes. But that's why I am here, and that's what's going on today. Is we're getting all of our wires plugged in and ready for that broadcast, which happens on Thursday. Back to our business at hand in West Bloomfield and the greater West Bloomfield area. Joining us now is Sergeant Jeff Gomez of the Orchard Lake Police Department. Sergeant, good morning and welcome to the Splash Live. Good morning. Can you hear me?
Good morning. Stand by. I cannot hear you on audio. It says live studio
Okay, well, I'll tell you
feed
what.
muted.
If you can't hear me, why don't we take another 60-second break? We'll get
There
that
we go.
technical.
We're here now.
Oh, can you hear me now? Okay. All right.
Again,
Very
sir.
good.
Good morning.
That was pretty good. You know, it's not always easy making television work via Zoom, but for the most part,
I
we make it
understand.
work, and you're doing a really good job, Sergeant. Thank you for joining us this morning here on the
Thank
Splash
you for having
Live.
me.
So, yesterday we got a release from you to warn people in the area, not really warn them, but alert them if they're driving around Roosevelt School, which is now the old Abbott Middle School, right at Commerce and Orchard Lake Road. If they see some police cars there, Orchard Lake police cars there with the lights on, to not be alarmed. There's not anything going on other than you and your colleagues are doing everything you can to make sure there's a good traffic flow, because it's a whole new situation with the way cars and buses are going in. Last thing we want to have happen is somebody get hurt. So tell us what you're working on there and anything that you can do to help community understand what's going on out there.
Yes, sir. So historically, back when Abbott was there, we had traffic enter off of Commerce Road. And, you know, in the past, with the middle school age kids, a lot of them walked to school. So, you know, we had less traffic coming into the parking lot. Whereas this year we have elementary age kids coming to the former Abbott School, which is now Roosevelt. And we noticed that traffic was backing up from the entrance off of Commerce onto the shoulder of Commerce, wrapping around onto southbound Orchard Lake Road. It was causing traffic issues. And with traffic gridlocked like that, it was also presenting a big safety issue for kids crossing Orchard Lake Road. So the crossing guard would come out into the road, try and stop traffic, but you didn't have the sight line. And here we have smaller children crossing Orchard Lake Road to get safely to school, and drivers didn't necessarily see them. So we've been working closely with school administrators, particularly Dr. Bazzi and Roosevelt Principal West. And we've had several meetings, and we came up with this new plan to have traffic enter off of Orchard Lake Road. So this allows us to double the car line on the north side of the building and get all these vehicles off of the roadway, and yet also take the intersection out of play. So now crossing will be much safer, and it won't be blocking up that intersection. So cars can continue and make their turn legally onto westbound Commerce from southbound Orchard Lake Road. So basically that's the key thing. And I wanted to put something out on Facebook just so people aren't alarmed that, you know, why is the police at the school with the lights going and things like that? We didn't want to set any false alarms off that there may be something more dangerous going on at the school. So that was the reason.
No, I really appreciate it, Sergeant Gomez. And honestly, anyone who drives around at all, in not only in our community but other communities, knows that especially in elementary schools, you've really got to take extra caution. You got kids that don't always, you know, maybe they're playing and have a good time and, you know, playing with a ball or talking to their friends or not really paying attention. And then we've got so many parents now driving their kids to school, which is great. and it adds a good measure of safety. But you get that much traffic, dropping off all those kids at the exact same time, and you really got to think through that traffic flow. When I think about our schools here, we're in pretty good shape. Shakeville, where I am, where our Green Media Center is, we share a parking lot, and they've worked hard over the years to get all that traffic off Walnut Lake Road and get it flowing through. Doherty has got a really nice entrance off the road. A lot of our elementary schools are set up that way, but Abbott, you're right. It was designed actually to originally be, if you go back as far as I do, to be a high school, for goodness sakes, then a middle school, and so is an elementary school. It's so great that you're taking time to make sure that we're taking care of doing everything we can to keep it safe. What hours are the key times? And I assume there's an afternoon time window too that is of some concern.
Correct. Usually in the afternoon around 3 p.m., 3 to 3:30. But what's happening in the morning, our parents are arriving earlier and earlier. Even though school doesn't start until just after 8 in the morning, parents were showing up as early as 7:15. So all these cars are lining up, and then it would again back out onto the roadway, causing traffic issues. So that's what we wanted to alleviate. And like I said, the school district was great to work with, and they were very accommodating with us to solve this problem. And I'm happy to report that here at day 2 of the improvised or revised traffic plan, we've had no issues. So before, earlier in the school year, we've had a few traffic crashes related to the car line, and I noticed today that everything moves so much more smooth, and I'm just glad to see that. So.
Well, Sergeant Gomez, thank you very much. Thanks for being proactive, and it's always smart. We're making a big deal out of this because it is a big deal if one child in our community is hurt. So anything messaging that we can do to make people aware of it, to be a little patient when you're going through the area, to let them know that you and the Orchard Lake Police Department made an extra effort to look at that traffic flow and resolve the problem along with the school district. That's a win-win for everybody. And so just be careful, be slow as you're going through the area. I think there's probably some people in the community that may not live right in that area that don't even realize that what they thought was Abbott is now Roosevelt, and there are elementary school students there. So just an extra piece of advice. I know it's been running for a while, but just an extra piece of advice there. So thank you for sharing that with us.
No problem. We certainly appreciate you assisting us getting the word out. And Keego Harbor has also, the police department there, they've also assisted us since they have the east side of the roadway there. So it's been nice to work with them on this project as well.
Well, absolutely. And you and all of your other departments, especially Keego, West Bloomfield, Sylvan Lake, all of our departments work together so well.
Very closely, yes, we do.
Sergeant, as long as I have you here, it's been a little while since I stopped at your office, and I wanted to get some pictures today, but we couldn't get them, but we'll get them soon. I just wonder how the construction project is going on at the Orchard Lake, the village, I got to get this right, the Village of Orchard Lake City Hall.
Yeah,
how's your construction project? How's your construction project? Tell people what's working, what they're working on there, and how it's going.
So they're moving very quickly. It seems like this pace. They're working nonstop. And actually, I apologize if you can maybe hear some of the heavy equipment outside my office window right now. They're backing up and beeping and moving stuff out there. But they're moving right along. The extension of the building, the walls are up, the framing is up. They just set the trusses. They're working on roofing right now, and I'm told they're on track to still have a target completion before summer of 2023, which is just amazing when you look at just the shell of the building right now. And I will say that Tower Construction has been great, as well as city officials in accommodating us and allowing us to continue our day-to-day operations and still function as the police department, yet be in here making noise and trying to better our facilities. So it's certainly moving right along. I'm looking forward to the progress here, because it's been something that's long overdue, and we're just so blessed that our city officials and our residents have invested in improving the police department facilities, and it's just again, it's just amazing compared to what this building looked like when I started here back in 2009. So very excited.
Well, it is important. It is important as the needs grow in the community that we keep our infrastructure up to date, and these investments in these municipal buildings are important. It's always a little bit difficult, though. I appreciate the update. It's always a little bit difficult. I mean, anyone watching who's had their kitchen redecorated or changed or maybe added an addition on the home, it's always difficult. You're working around the sawdust and the construction crews, and as you said, with the noise, but it'll be nice when it's all done. We're really looking forward to it. We'll get our cameras over in the next couple of days and share with our audience, people that might not have been, on site, exactly how the construction is going on. And we wish them the best of luck moving along. And with this nice weather we've had, the contractors probably love that. They can get an awful lot done as long as there's not a foot of snow on the ground.
Right. And we certainly appreciate the public's assistance too in dealing with the parking issues outside. And we've had to move the entrance to the building to a temporary entrance on the north side of the building, away from the former main entrance, just because of the active construction going on in that zone right now. So they've also been accommodating and adjusting to changes we were having here at the building. And yeah, we're just trying to do our part too to keep our offices clean right now, because there have been some incidents where drywall has come down where they're up working, unintentionally. So we've had to kind of adjust as well. But again, it's all for the future, and we're looking forward to it.
Sergeant Gomez, I don't think people really appreciate what it's like patrolling a community and then just having to see some of the things, the accidents and the other tragedies that happen over one's career that I'm sure you've had to deal with. Before we go, I just thought I would give you a moment to talk a little bit about, anything that you can say to our audience that might help them enjoy the holiday season, but do it in a safe way. It is a very festive time of year. There's a lot of parties, social events that are going on, people getting together after work, and maybe there's an open bar, and it just sets up the opportunity for a lot of consumption going on. And then, people are jump in their car and drive home. You see the negative impact of that firsthand. Anything you want to say about that before we say so long today?
Well, I will say there does seem to be a lot more awareness about drunk driving these days, and people are utilizing Lyft and Uber, ride sharing services, things like that. That's great. But the key thing to remember is if you feel different, you are different. It doesn't matter if it's 2 drinks. It just think twice behind getting behind the wheel. And now, there are some other things that are available for recreational use also that alter somebody's state of mind. So you also have to consider that when getting behind the wheel. It's not worth it. It's not worth risking your life or somebody else's just because you're out having a good time. So that's one key thing to remember. And also, you mentioned something about staying safe during the holidays. I always say, don't give people the opportunity, right? So we want to remember that we are locking our doors, setting our alarms, locking our cars, keeping exterior lights on, things like that. Just because typically, even when the economy takes a slight downturn, we tend to see property crimes go up. And yes, the Orchard Lake, Greater West Bloomfield area is very safe. But again, I always say, never give the opportunity for to take place. So I know I was kind of going on 2 different subjects there, but I just wanted to add that in also.
It's always good to hear from you. We always hear from the chiefs of all of our departments. So good to hear from you as well today. Thank you for your fine work around Roosevelt School and your time with us this morning. Good to chat with you, and hopefully we'll see you in person sometime soon.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Scott. Thanks for having me, and I'll be available to talk anytime.
All right, very good. That is Sergeant Gomez of the Orchard Lake Police Department joining us here on Civic Center TV. So as you can see from the background, this is where Santa hangs out here at Somerset Mall. And you may be wondering, so what are we doing here at Somerset Mall today? Our company, Michigan Digital, that helps operate Civic Center TV, we do some other things as well. And one of them is broadcasting Mitch Albom Radiothon. And this is their annual event. It's been going on. I think I want to say we're in our 11th year now, I think. And over the years, Mitch has raised millions of dollars for the needy here in Metro Detroit. And he does a great job. And it's a fun event too, because this all happens with the help of so many of his celebrity friends. So if you get a chance, watch it on My Michigan TV on Thursday. Thanks for putting up with us being on the road over here today and doing the Splash Live. I got to go. I'm running late. Have a great day. Enjoy your day. And thank you for tuning in to the Splash Live. So long from Somerset Home.
Let's savor these moments. Made possible by the COVID-19 vaccine. Keep the dining out going by keeping yourself protected and your COVID-19 vaccines up to date.
My Michigan TV is streaming everywhere on Apple TV, Roku, Fire TV, and more smart TV apps. My Michigan TV is on your phone too. Take us with you wherever you go. Just search for My Michigan TV on your favorite app store or visit mymitv.com. All Michigan, streaming everywhere. My Michigan TV.
Can I ask you a question? Why do you want to get the COVID-19 vaccine?
I don't like getting sick. The virus will die. It will be easy to not catch it. Keep my family safe and keep playing soccer. Because I love being vaccinated.
What's your hope for everyone?
I hope everybody gets the vaccine to keep safe and strong. Be happy, having fun everywhere. Everyone stay safe and hope you get the vaccine.
Wondering what to say to someone who's been sexually assaulted or abused?
I believe you. I'm so sorry this happened.
It's not your fault.
Confidential and anonymous help is available at the Michigan Sexual Assault Hotline. Connect with us 24/7. Call 855-VOICES-4 or text 1-866-238-1454 for help. Learn more at michigan.gov/voices4.
What's happening around you? Hear about state events, businesses, and from the people behind them on The MegaCast, an hour-long TV, radio, and streaming show keeping you informed on the day-to-day news. Listen in on talks with volunteer groups, documentarians, and financial advisors, Monday to Friday with your host, Tyler Kieft. Catch The MegaCast weekdays from 10 a.m. to 11 on Civic Center TV, 89.3 Lakes FM, and streaming on mymytv.com. Watch Civic Center TV with our brand new live captions. To turn on live captions, go to civiccentertv.com and click Watch Live. In your web browser, click on the Options tab in the top right and find the Accessibilities tab. Then just switch on live captions to heighten your enjoyment of our local programming. Thank you so much for watching Civic Center TV.
Let's relish these moments. Made possible by the COVID-19 vaccine. Keep the festivals going by keeping yourself protected and your COVID-19 vaccines up to date.
Wake up, Greater West Bloomfield. Start your mornings with The Splash and tune in for The Splash Live. Get acquainted with people, places, and activities that are live, local, and for you. First thing in the morning, weekdays at 9:30 a.m. on our Civic Center TV YouTube page, or watch us live at Civic Center TV or on Facebook. The Splash Live, Greater West Bloomfield's live update show.
Now that the vaccine is available for children 5 and up, why do you recommend it?
Kids are part of the community and they can spread COVID.
We're seeing both healthy children getting sick from the virus as well as children with underlying health conditions.
They can easily bring the virus home to other people that are vulnerable and make them sick as well.
This vaccine can change that and keep children safe.
It's essential that your children get vaccinated to protect them, to protect your families, and to protect those in the community around you.
You're listening to your radio homes from the MegaCast, 89.3 WBLD Orchard Lake and 88.1 WBFH Bloomfield Hills. Today's edition of the MegaCast begins now. Welcome to the MegaCast, our live daily TV, radio, and streaming show looking into all things Michigan. I'm Tyler Kieft. Today we'll be talking to a number of people about topics of interest and importance to Michiganders just like you. Let's begin with what's making headlines today on CivicCenterTV.com's local news page. Our top story comes from Aisha Johnson at the Detroit News. The local Jewish community continues to remain vigilant at this time following the arrest of a Dearborn man over the weekend due to his alleged harassment and threats against a local Jewish family and a synagogue in Bloomfield Hills. It was a temple in Bloomfield Hills. Leaders at Metro Detroit synagogues say they will continue to keep their security on high alert following threats in our local area, as well as a rise in anti-Semitic activity across the nation. Shira Shapiro of Congregation Beth Shalom in Oak Park said, quote, "It's sad that the weekend occurrence is one of an ongoing stream of occurrences in this country. We feel it. We have a set of security protocols and will continue to maintain them and upgrade them," end closed quote. Meanwhile, an additional controversy surrounds the arrest of the individual behind last week's threats, with some members of the community alleging that Bloomfield Township Police were fraternizing with the subject, even so far as to give him a fist bump at the traffic stop in which he was arrested. Bloomfield Township Police say they responded to these allegations. Bloomfield Township Police responded to these allegations by saying they used, quote, "de-escalation techniques to defuse the subject. We are unable to comment on the specific investigative techniques, but we were able to assess that subsequent to the traffic stop of the suspect would not be an imminent threat to the community," end closed quote. According to the Anti-Defamation League of Michigan, there have been over 200 incidents of white supremacy propaganda in the state just through November of this year. For reference, in 2020, that number was at 151, and the total number in 2021 was at 112 anti-Semitic incidents. Also making